It's been like a hot minute. Um, Definitely a month. Maybe more than a month. I know I got 4 episodes out and I started at my episode 3 is Valentine's Day. Episode 4 would have been a week from that. Yeah, it's definitely been over a month because I don't think I posted it all in March. Um, so welcome back to all of us. I don't want to do my intro anymore. I'm feeling like a rebranding. So I guess I'll come up with something new. Um, this might be a new first episode, considering I think that this is the direction I'll be going in now. Or maybe a little bit of both. Maybe this is going to be a YouTube video. We don't know. But I had to take a little break from all of this because I think I overexerted myself. And that happens very easily. I get overwhelmed pretty easily. I If it just feels like a little bit too much, I'm going to just quit, which I recognize bad habit. Okay. I'm trying to stop. And so this was a project that's not necessary. Like I have to go to classes, I have to go to work. So this is what I dropped, but I'm trying to pick it back up now cuz I realized how fun it was for me, how much of a nice creative outlet it was. So we'll be back, maybe a little inconsistently at first, but hopefully we're going to be back. Um I realized recently that I've been missing a little creative spark, I guess. I've previously, when I was really down, okay, I have to stop saying down. Let me use my words. Depressed. I've been depressed. Um, and having a project to focus on has sometimes pulled me out because it gives like that sense of purpose. I like feeling like a busy working girl. And it's hard to start a project and try to feel like a busy working girl when I'm depressed and the last thing I want to do is be busy. So usually I need to be forced. And what's thankfully done that for me in the past is every time I've been in like a film class and we've had a project, I take a super active, like, I think I've been director twice, producer once. And so I take a very active role in like being super busy. And because it's been for a class, I've been forced to do it. So it pulls me out of a depressive episode very forcibly because I have to do it and then I have fun and then I feel better. But I'm not in any this semester. And so this was my creative outlet project. But this is a personal project. So it's not like nobody is forcing me to do it. It's just me. And I don't really listen to myself much. So moving on, I was realizing that like I need not let me not pretend like it was an active thought. I had a dream that I was explaining to someone how I fell in love with my major because I felt like I was losing track of why I'm here and what I'm doing and what my future is supposed to look like in my eyes. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, that's real. Like, I do feel like that. I am not in any major classes that like feel like what I want to do. I mean, I want to go into film, not like other routes of communication. And so it just doesn't, I lost sight of what I'm working towards. And because I'm not actively in anything creative, it I just feel a little bit lost. And so having a dream where I was like, and I fell back in love with my major and I loved it so much and I did this thing and I did that thing. I woke up and I was like, whoa, I feel great. Even though I didn't do that, like do the things, I was like, wow, I feel a little bit invigorated. But because it wasn't real, it went away. And it made me realize I should get back on my own creative field. I got to force myself to do it until I do it naturally. That's discipline. And I have none of that. So that's why we're back. I hope this creative outlet, I hope I continue with it. I mean, I've meant to before, but I think I was too, like, down my own throat about. Is that a okay phrase? I think that's an okay phrase. I was very down about it, or very, like, about it, you know? So I'm going to be a little bit kinder to myself about it now, and hopefully I stick to it. I also want to pick up vlogging, which is something I've been saying for a long time. But I think I might actually do it because I finally have a little bit of money. And it's something I've always enjoyed when I've done it. I love having things to look back on. I'm a very nostalgic person. So I like having just like POV documentation of like a certain time. And I love reminiscing. So it's, if anything, it'll be a really fun personal venture. But as someone who's nostalgic and into filmmaking, I feel like Emma Chamberlain style vlogs or like best dressed old videos is like a route I should go into. But anyway, this is something that happened. Okay, I'm recording this on a Wednesday. So this all happened this weekend, like these thoughts. And so it helped reinforce what me and Ro have been planning for a long time, which is, okay, we didn't have a name for it, but I called it a spring cleaning. And everyone kind of went with it. A spring cleaning of ourselves. So it started as just like we were saying, hey, we should get off of social media. Like, it's becoming a problem. We need to get off of social media. And it has turned into a full like self-care challenge that we've invited the rest of our friends on to. And so it's like it's a self-improvement thing. And because it's like a whole group of us, it's a lot easier to stick to because there's that commitment and there's that like we're holding each other accountable. And it's a competition now. So hopefully that's going to make us all stick to it and, you know, really force our hand there. So we all wrote down our rules and they're on a shared document, but to not put my friends on blast and like put their problems out there, let's read my rules and then I'll explain my reasoning behind them. They all just kind of have to do with screen time. So 1 hour time limit on Instagram to check DMs. I'm not allowed to scroll. Honestly, I guess I'll just leave the rule, but I don't use it. I've probably been on Instagram like 5 minutes a day for the past couple days just because like I have a class group chat on there. Whenever I see like a Blank sent you a post, I don't open it to look at. So there's that. No posting on any of my social medias because for me, it has definitely turned into a form of validation. And I mean, that's so unhealthy, like to need to be seen. I want to break that habit. So absolutely no posting. And it's making me more real. Like I realized a lot of, like I used to stage my B-reels, which is so not real. And so yeah, I'm trying to break that. My screen time goal is of 4 hours or less on my phone because I want to get over picking it up at any lull in the day. 5 minutes past, like I'm waiting on a friend to like put on to change to go out to eat and I'm going to be on my phone and like I want to get over that. I don't want to pick it up at any time. I want to either be plugged in unplugged and like aware of my surroundings or just bored. Like, and this is so fitness bro, I think, to like no dopamine, you should be bored. But I think they're right. I think that you're supposed to be bored sometimes. That's like when your brain has time to work. And so I want to be bored more often. And I sure am, actually. No grabbing my phone first thing in the morning. I don't know if it's like something I heard somewhere here in school, if it was like a TikTok of like, if someone reaches for a bottle of alcohol first thing in the morning, you would call them an alcoholic. So you reach for your phone first thing in the morning, what do you call you? You're an addict. And I was like, yawn, lame. But that is a habit that most of us have. And I think that is an addiction to have to like, and it depends on what you're doing. You know, if you have to open it and like the first thing you're doing is scrolling on TikTok, hey, you're addicted. So I've actually been able to stick to this the past few days. Today only lasted like 20 minutes before I picked up my phone to like check texts, but that still wasn't mindless scrolling. That was like answering my friends. So yeah. Working out at least once a week. I used to be super consistent in the gym. Like I was a daily gym goer. I think I only took Saturdays off because gyms were closed. And excuse me, even in high school, like I used to consistently work, and high school, that was every single day. And so I hate that I've fallen off, but I mean, it was a natural progression. I think I stopped going consistently when I had, that was a long time ago. Wow. I know I would go in every once in a while last semester, and then I don't think I went in all this semester until the past couple of weeks, but I was going pretty consistently until I got COVID back last September. So it's definitely been a while. But it made me feel really good and made me feel really good about myself. And like holistically, it was just, you know, everyone like tells you when you're depressed, like, oh, you should go on a run, you should go on a walk. And it helps. I hate to admit it, but it helps a lot. So I'm hoping to help improve myself like that. But it's once a week because I don't want to overexert myself. So, you know, at least once. I have to so my next one's go to work and class. Because I skip too often. You know, if I don't feel like going to a class, I'm not going to go. If I'm a little bit sleepy, I'm not going to go. And it's crazy because my first class every single day is 12:30. But if I'm sleepy, I'm not going to go. And work, because I get really tired really easily and my work is very taxing, I am very prone to just skip if I'm like, oh, I'm tired, because it's like for the good of everyone. Oh, I work with children. And so it's like, oh, if I'm grumpy or if I don't feel like my head's in it, that's like a danger. And that's real. But also my longest shift is 2.5 hours. That is not hard to pull yourself together for. I'm just lazy. So I want to start going. Also, I'm poor. So I need to be very consistent with my work schedule. And my last one is finish reading The Body Keeps the Score, because I mean, it's a great book. It's about trauma in the mind. It's a psychology book, and it's about like how it affects you, how it sticks with you. And it's something my therapist before I left told me I should read to help better understand what's going on with me. And I mean, it's a great book. It's just, it was really taxing emotionally. And so I had to stop reading it, and then I just never picked it back up. So I want to finish it now. And I'll like counteract it with like a little fun book probably, but I really want to finish it. And that's all my rules. I think other things that I'm kind of throwing in that aren't in the rules, because they're just some things like I want to start doing now that I'm getting it back together, is I want to sleep early and wake up early. I'm definitely a morning person, but I don't know, the first thing that gets thrown off is my sleep schedule. And so it's been off for like some time now. And once I'm up late, I can't fall back asleep, and then my body still wakes me up early, so I'm just tired all of the time. So I need to fix that. I went vegan a few weeks ago. It's been a long time coming. I gave up dairy and eggs a while ago because I'm like slightly allergic, and I didn't want to become more allergic. So I stopped eating them. I think that happened this summer. And I don't know. Every time one of my vegetarian friends would mention that they were, I was like, I should do that. That's healthy. So I did. And it's making me eat more balanced, I think. I mean, because meat's expensive. And so when I was eating meat, I was just buying like really, really cheap junk meat. And that would be like my entire meal, like a can of corned beef and rice. Ugh. Or like the cheapest lunch meat from Dollar General. So definitely this is a lot healthier. What else? What else? I'd love to say I'm being neater, but I'm always going to be messy. I think that that's a habit I can break while I'm home and in my own space this summer, and then when I'm in my own dorm next year. I want to save money, but I also earlier on was mentioning how now that I'm making a little bit more money, I'm going to start spending it. So maybe I won't get my finances together. There's a lot of things I could try to get together, but I think it's if I start everything at once, it's just going to be too much for me and then I'll quit. So, I mean, it's a process. This challenge is definitely going to jumpstart it by like having to quit a lot of things cold turkey. But hopefully when I report back to you in 27 days, it won't be 27 days from when you're seeing this, but for me from now, it'll be 27 days when the challenge ends, and we'll see how much progress I've made and what changes have happened, because my thought process is not doing something for 30 days. I feel like it's going to change habits. It's going to build the framework to healthy change. And so I'm hoping that when I report back to you in 30 days, I'll be like, and I don't even want my phone back. I don't even want to download TikTok again. You know, I'm hoping that all those needs will be gone. Oh my gosh, I hope my attention span is so fixed by the time this is over. Like, I think it's already getting better because I'm not able to consume short form content, and that's so damaging for you. Like, I saw Dune 2, I think last month. That's when it came out, last month. And like, I had to be okay, I need you to know, I don't go to a real movie theater. It's like a little like warehouse dingy one. I'm saying that because I was like on my phone throughout the movie. I was like playing games, scrolling reels until it died. And then when it died, I was like, oh, I have to go home right now. Like, I'm so bored. And that was insane. Like, I actually, thinking back on it now, that is so insane that I could not sit through a movie in the one place that usually makes me lock in, because you are in a movie theater and you paid to like be in there and you're not supposed to be on your phone. So that was definitely a wake up call. Oh, and then over spring break, while I was home for 3 days, I watched 4 seasons of The Walking Dead while also on TikTok on my phone. So that second wake up call. So I hope that need goes away. I need to stop doing 2 screens at once. That's something that I'm definitely getting. No, I would say I'm getting over it. I was gonna, like, when I watch a movie on my laptop now, I don't really have a second screen to go on. Like, I can go on my phone, but I don't have any second social media to scroll through, because that's my big problem. I don't really care if I'm like, oh, let me pull up a game, because I don't do that often. My thing was, I need a movie going and also a short form content on. Like, I have to be watching TV and TikTok so that I'm hearing both. Oh wow, that's like a huge problem. I know a lot of people do that, but that's like a big problem. So I'm hoping that need goes away. I hope that I start to be more consistent with working out and creative outlets. I hope that I stick to this again. I think that if I'm being kinder to myself and being more forgiving with it, you know, doing a loose posting schedule, I'll stick to it more. I think that I got in my own head about like branding, need for consistency, like trying to make it something, but this is just a project for me. This is just for me to look back on. And I was going to say, like, remember my college years. I go through and listen to my old episodes now, and that was like February. So it's just, like I said, I'm nostalgic. So it's nice having an archive to look back on. I have to get it out of my head that I'm like, and I gotta post at this time because that's like the best time to get views, and I got to do this and do that, and that's not why I'm doing it. And I need to remember that. I think that goes back to the validation thing, and I hope that that goes away. I hope that this helps break the bigger need for recognition, because I mean that's a deep one. Like that need is pretty deep, and so that one's going to take more work than just deleting Instagram for a month, but I hope it builds the framework for it. I think that's all I have to say on the topic. I will be reporting in again in who knows how many days. Who knows when this is going up. I'm going to buy my vlogging camera in a little bit over a week from now. So when I get that, I'm going to further document the journey. Actually, I've already kind of been documenting the journey. Every time I feel like I'm hitting a point in this, I've been pulling up my phone and like, so I'm excited to see where I am April 30th, and hopefully this journey brings at least a little bit of change. It'll be so embarrassing if like by the last episode I'm just like I'm scratching at the walls and I'm like I can have my phone back and I can watch TikToks again. One thing I will say, I keep bringing up TikTok as a thing. I think I will not be downloading that back. I think that the only thing I'm going to revert back on is I'm going to re-download Instagram, because I mean I like using it for communication and I like Reels better than TikTok. Sorry. Besides that, I think that these are things that I can stick to and keep to stay healthy. I look forward to reporting back with you guys. Also, thoughts on the rebranding? I mean, I feel like the Everything and About Everything was getting a little bit stale. I stopped knowing about things, and my favorite types of podcasts are, and hey, y'all can tune out now. This is for me. I just wanted to say it publicly. My favorite types of podcasts are like not, what are they called? Long form conversation, like low editing, just like two people chatting, because I don't know, it just feels very raw. And I usually listen to ones like I mentioned, did I mention them? I don't know. I usually listen to like Insanely Chill and Sad Boys, which are like YouTubers I like that are comedians, and so it's like funny short form conversation. But even if they're not, I just like a raw conversation. And so hopefully I'm gonna move into something like that. I think I'm going to be more okay. I'm like getting texts and like they're popping up. I'm recording on my phone. They're like popping up there and on my laptop, and so it's like it's making me shake a little bit trying to read both at once, even though it's the same thing. I think that moving forward, I want to turn this more into a short form conversation, less structured, more open-ended about a topic, more storytelling as well. You know what? We got to bring back the story time YouTubers. Okay. Those were so fun. That's going to be me. And, I'm going to start vlogging, and hopefully this is a more dynamic creative outlet that I can move into instead of like a very strict structured one that got old kind of quick. So yeah, thank you for coming along on my spring cleaning journey. I will see you guys for me it'll be 27 days. Actually, I might check in before the end of the challenge. Let's not commit to anything. Wow, that's so me to say. I will see you guys again when I see you. It'll be farther along this journey, and let's see how much progress I've made. I don't have an intro anymore or an outro. It's so weird. Well, I don't know if I ever had an outro. Thanks for listening and watching if you're on YouTube. Someone's vacuuming in the hallway. I wonder if you can hear it. Anyway, bye.